Welcome, Cancer. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your October reading. This is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below. I am happy to be here. I'm happy that you're here because I need you to do what I do. I appreciate all the love and support in whatever way you give it to me. I feel it, and thank you in advance for that. So, Cancer, let's get started with your overall energy, the Four of Swords. There's some deep retreat, some deep contemplation, meditation that is required for you at this time. You have really gone through some incredible challenges. You may be currently in the midst of a life challenge right now, but you're using this time to really understand the patterns that have led to the sense of gratitude for your ability to triumph in whatever way you've been able to manage through these challenges to you. And you are understanding the patterns as a part of your lifetime experience. Understanding these patterns always indicates that you are taking responsibility for the ways in which you've experienced your reality, particularly the difficulties, and the way that you have understood the gift that has been a part of those challenges, the deeper understanding of who you are and who you are not. Sometimes that's the main message we get when we come to a place of understanding the import of our challenges, is really that we weren't acting in our best interests. Those people were not in real alignment with who we want to be or how we want to feel. This can be anything from family dynamics that you've overcome that have followed you around to challenges in your community or your workplace. However it applies to you, but you are to a place of understanding that this practice of really looking at what is true for you, not avoiding that, looking at the harsh realities, some of the destructiveness that your actions unwittingly may have created, and ways in which you had to face a naked truth in a variety of situations that ultimately is comforting. You ultimately feel triumphant and with a lot of gratitude. So this becomes your spiritual foundation in many ways. And it's all in the context of resting, retreat, personal silence, and meditation, stepping back from the fray. In the beginning of October, we have the Empress card, and this is so much resonating from this place of coming to this greater gratitude and appreciation of the abundance of your life. Even if it feels as though it's been peppered with more challenges than not, and believe me, most of us may feel that way, you have still acknowledged your tremendous privilege in whatever way you've experienced it. You may be privileged in the existence of a family support, even if it has been challenging. You may be gifted with a particular talent that you could always rely on. You can be experiencing the abundance of the world and your joy in being able to participate in it, that is really about your ability to give love and then to receive love. With the Empress showing up, there's always a little hint of a caretaker here, an overgiving situation, and perhaps you'll know what situation that is for you. but there's a way in which, because of your talents, because of your compassion, because of your sensitivity or alignment with natural rhythms, your attunement to others, you feel that you can take on or absorb more than has always been fair to you. And this really is about making way to receive more love in your life, to receive the recognition, to step back and appreciate the work that you've done, the rewards that you've received. So there's the sense here of knowing that, in fact, you can have it all. You can be accomplished and you can be recognized and appreciated for that accomplishment. You can love, but you deserve to be loved. In the middle of October, we have the Eight of Cups. And this is such a similar, I guess this happens at times. The universe only has so many messages, and most of us are struggling with similar challenges. This particular challenge for you, Cancer, is about having gained the courage to step away from what is safe and familiar, what is comfortable, recognizing there's a certain amount of inertia in your comfort that keeps you from doing things that you might otherwise be doing, or that you've grown accustomed to just accepting things the way they are in some capacity. This is particularly true in your relationships. This can even be the way in which you're relating to a goal or an obstacle that you have been trying to overcome. This is a change in the way that you're seeing it. You're kind of understanding you've learned all you can learn from the situation you're in. It's not just enough to fall back on what's easy. Instead, you're being prompted by the sense of appreciation for what you have overcome, the talents and abundance you do appreciate in your life, to take that step towards a greater significant challenge in your life. There's another step beyond what you perhaps never imagined you could do or would have the opportunity to do. This card is indicating that there's something more beyond the current familiar and comfort that you're enjoying now. In the end of the month, we have the Emperor. The Emperor and the Empress together showing up in a reading is kind of like the king and queen of one of the minor arcana suits. This is really talking about your capacity to be whole within yourself. And that capacity is necessarily translated into all your relationships. So I love this for you. The Emperor focus is less on being loved and more on leveraging your experience in manifesting the things that you desire or the things that are good for your community. This is sort of like a dream boss, or for you, this is about releasing the control of things that you can't control, at least not now, and really focusing that sense of control on your own reactions, behaviors, and actions, so that you are really manifesting from a place of vision, of clarity, of what you know to be for the best in the long run. There's a strong leadership component to the Emperor card, but it really is about being in control of your own feelings, your own emotions. Not This is certainly a card of maturity. This is always a card of great experience. The key word is realization, meaning you've had a history of making things happen. You know how to make things happen on behalf of a community, a relationship, or an environment, a workplace, an effort. So this is really about being whole within yourself, being complete, being assertive when necessary, and enjoying the rewards of your efforts as appropriate. If this reading is resonating for you, Cancer, please like this video, share this with others who might enjoy it, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I'm trying to get better at my asks, so I hope it's not annoying. I realize that people desire instruction sometimes, so this is my form of instruction. And I pulled the ostrich card, and the key word here is grounding. I like that very much because I also feel like the two major arcana, the Emperor and the Empress, are about being grounded in the real world, making things happen in the real world, and the joy of sharing that love, the appreciation, the rewards that come from it. This card reads, "You've been out of touch. It's time to get back in tune. Keep your head held high, moving forward." This feels very clear. The Empress card at the beginning of the month is clarified by the Four of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is showing up again. And as you know, I always like it when cards repeat because it's emphasizing this place that you're at. And I'm actually going to kind of uh, recall your overview card, the Four of Swords, as an indication of your healing and gathering the courage, the strength, the clarity to understand that moving forward is necessary. It's the next step for you, coming out of your shell, coming out of your retreat, your rest, your healing phase to actually move into an environment that will allow you to give and receive in a more constructive way. I love how the Four of Pentacles is sort of echoing this theme of grounding. You have created a foundation for yourself. Although this can indicate a kind of caution, carefulness in the way that you utilize your resources, the desire to save, to hold on to what you have. There's also, for me, a sense that you've established a foundation that is mirroring, again, the Four of Swords here, where you've established a spiritual foundation, principles and values that motivate your work and your creativity. The Four of Pentacles is showing the real practical aspect to the resources, tools, network, allies that are needed to build at this time, to move on to the work of building something that is significant and important to you. The Eight of Cups in the middle of the month is clarified by the Three of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So, flanking the Eight of Cups, I'm feeling this real blooming, although that doesn't go with water, does it? But this real flow of self regard, self respect, honoring yourself, prioritizing your needs, your desires, and the tremendous support that you have in that regard. It feels to me like you have a flank of a team of friends, intimates, uh, even co-workers, allies, even a spiritual team. Something tells me that your friends are mimicking or are stand-ins for a kind of spiritual team of divine entities that are always protecting you, always encouraging your tremendous empathy and sensitivity to the energy of others. This is based on principles, real world principles of compassion and service, but it's also a cultivating the safe space for you to rehearse this experience of leaving familiar things behind. The encouragement that you aren't losing anything, that you're not severing or breaking ties, instead, that you are cultivating the sense of your own vision, your own empowerment, so that you can move on to a new community that is really built on the relationships and the foundation that you currently have. There's safety among this support that is really key to you, Cancer, for all the obvious reasons, but this vulnerability, this tremendous sensitivity you have is a point of vulnerability, and it isn't safe. You don't feel safe exposing yourself in a public way. You feel naturally safe and generous when you are among those that you feel trust you, that you trust. The Emperor, and the end of the month is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles, another ace, and the Two of Swords. So there's some kind of an abundance you're experiencing. And I'm not, this can be the result of your planning, proposing, looking at a new field of activity, manifesting a new opportunity for abundance, even financial prosperity or wealth. More than that, I feel like you're building something that's long lasting, and I'm not sure what that is or what that could be. But I do know that you are somewhat overwhelmed by the opportunity that you are receiving. And again, there's a feeling that perhaps a significant patriarch in your life, it can be a woman, it can be a man, but it's someone who was a leader who empowered you in some way. This could be through an inheritance, through a job, through some kind of gift of a resource that creates this foundation, solidifies this foundation, and gives you the opportunity to build something of significance. The Two of Swords is describing a sense of not quite knowing which way to go. I don't believe that there's a real not knowing here, because your intuition is powerful. It almost always is. But there's a choice you feel you have to make. And I do believe this choice echoes around the familiar path that you have trodden, perhaps familiar alliances that you never quite felt in alignment with. Um, and I do believe that you already know the way that you want to go, the way that is right for you. It can mean often that the right way, the way forward for you, is in many ways the hard way. And by hard, I mean leaving familiar people behind. No matter how contentious those relationships may be, they're known. It can be concern about leaving behind others that depend on you in some way. There's this concern for what you're leaving how it could impact others. And that is noble, but that is causing you a lot of concern that actually is shrouding out the brilliant present moment you're in, of actually allowing yourself to feel complete within yourself, and enjoying and seeing that in all of your relationships, all of your efforts, this ability to assert yourself and to receive the benefits and rewards of your efforts. I'm going to finish up this reading, Cancer, with a chakra love oracle, and it's absolutely tie-dye. Destiny is the card I've chosen, and this relates to the throat chakra, which is obviously the way we tell our story, we narrate our lives, we put things together, we express ourselves in any number of ways. Follow your instincts, they lead to the truth. Thank you so much, Cancer, for this reading. Until next time, namaste.